Welcome back to Mullen Lave Wargaming. This is War in the Pacific Admirals Edition, playing a play-by-email campaign as Japan in Scenario 1. This is now the second consecutive turn that I'm skipping the setup, so we are now in the combat replay for December 23rd, 1941. I expect I'll get back to the regular format for the next turn. Right now I'm just kind of behind on production, and I need to speed things along a little bit. At least according to YouTube, most people are skipping the setup anyways. Nice. Alright, so we just torpedoed an oiler northeast of Hawaii. It's reported with heavy fires and heavy damage, and since it is carrying fuel that is ignited, that's a death sentence. So this is at Port Blair. We've sent a Kaida-class boat in. Taking a bit of a chance in shallow water here, but looks like at least for now it's paying off. Yeah, 2 torpedo hits on this cargo ship that's laden with fuel. This is also a kill. And we just heard 2 ships sink, so that oiler probably also went down. Got a bombardment of Kagayan to try to break the stalemate there. Looks like there's still a few B-17s left over. Maybe just one. Maybe just one that was damaged twice. Landing troops on the north coast of Papua New Guinea. And more troops on Mindanao. Oof. So that's probably a minesweeper, maybe an aviation patrol craft. Yeah, aviation patrol. And we don't feel like engaging them. So tankers at Balikpapan, it's going to be hard for them to leave. There's a lot of submarine traffic, and they're in range for air attacks. So they sent 4 up, we damaged 2 chasing them away and shot 2 down, so that's probably 4 on operational aircraft. Buffaloes have a terrible maintenance rating too. It takes a long time to repair them. So that looked pretty effective. Variety of different aircraft being damaged and destroyed, so we've got a better sense for what's based here. Concerned about scout planes. Whirlways are pretty worthless. I don't care about them that much. Although in terms of amphibious invasions, maybe I should care about them a little bit. They could be effective in a low-altitude attack. And then the Hudsons, of course, are potentially a threat. Especially if they're at low altitude. So it is important to wreck up this airbase a little bit before our amphibious task force makes its way here. So we detected a few planes at this airbase, so I set up an attack here just to kind of see if we could get any other kills, since we weren't having a whole lot of success bombing Clark. You can see we're getting hits here. Doesn't seem to be any aircraft taking hits from that bombing, no. Heavy rain at Clark, and we have 0 hits. Yeah, this looks completely ineffective. Pretty good weather for Singapore. Even with that, we don't have a whole lot of hits on the base. Well, our Nates with their little 30 cal machine guns have failed to shoot down any of these Hudson bombers. A bunch of them going home with holes, so I guess that's something. Oh boy. Alright, so we've been baited into attack. We think we have enough fighters to get through, apparently. And, well, we're not outnumbered yet. But, I mean, we know that there are something like 70 AVG fighters at this base. So, these numbers may climb. I didn't catch how many there were officially in the engagement when it started. It's probably more than 13. Well, so far so good. The numbers are not tilting towards the enemy. Ah, they're through. Alright, that went better than it could have. Or better than it might have. Not happy that these guys are apparently carrying bombs when they have torpedoes available. Yeah, these would make great targets for torpedoes. And we can't hit shit. Man, what a waste. What a waste. I mean, it could have been worse, but the fact that, you know, we attack 3 ships, and we have torpedoes available, and if we were carrying torpedoes, 36 Nells getting through on 3 ships, we would have obliterated them. And those might have troops on board. Carrier Division 2 taking care of a little bit of business south of Java. Oh boy, here we go again. Not off to a great start here. 3 zeros down. About time we got one of them. And of course they're through the bombers now. Thank you for carrying torpedoes this time. Look at the difference that makes. Yeah, so this is the difference I'm talking about. One confirmed sunk, the other 2 have heavy damage. They probably either stuck at Rangoon for the foreseeable future, or they're sunk too. Yeah, this kind of result makes the sacrifice of a few aircraft worth it. Big strike. Nice. So the fact that the Kates are going after these little guys instead of the cruiser suggests to me that they believe that the cruiser's going down. Nice, got the destroyer too. One of two destroyers at least. So that was a great strike. Mauritius, heavy fires, heavy damage with 2 torpedo hits. I want to say at least 3 of these bomb hits got through their armor. And plus we've got an AKL sunk, a mine layer sunk, another AKL sunk, 3 AKLs sunk total, and a destroyer with heavy fires. Great result there. Maybe it's time for one of our AKLs to go down. They found one of my few unescorted cargo ships. Hey, we're hitting them back. Maybe we can... Yeah, not bad. Okay, so this AKL has forced the enemy sub to retreat, and it gets to live to fight another day. Well, maybe not fight. Well, I assigned the good destroyers to go here. They've got the deep-reaching depth charges, and it sort of paid off. We got a damaging near miss. I guess it's better than nothing. Alright, road to Siam. Let's see if we can open it up. Nope, not yet. But it's only the enemy taking casualties. Lots of enemy forces out here outside Chusin. So that is not going to go our way. So this could have been a lot worse. We took more casualties than them, but with only 9 squads destroyed, we're going to be able to bounce back from this. But this presents a little bit of a dilemma for us. Now at Chusin itself, they haven't reinforced themselves all that well yet. Nice. Alright, so we've captured Chusin, and now hopefully we can concentrate our 2 armies here together so we can take out this unit that just bested our eastern or western group. This is rough terrain, so this is a tough fight, but we got it. That's awesome. These guys are across the river, and hopefully we don't have to worry about them anymore. Two to 1 odds. Few squad disablements. The enemy's taking casualties. I hope they can't hold out much longer. Still waiting for reinforcements at Cagayan. Alor Star. These guys have been holding out for a while, but that's the end of them. So that's a pretty big deal. This opens up this rail line. It's going to go all the way to Kuala Lumpur and to Malacca soon enough. That's a key victory in terms of being able to mass our troops outside of Singapore in the near future. Alright, well, after a not-so-great turn, we seem to have bounced back, and we had a pretty good one. Looking at our air losses, so losses were just 10 to 16, so we were behind them, but I thought it was going to be worse. So losing 12 aircraft at Rangoon is bad, but we may have sunk 3 ships for that. And of course, it's not like it was just the ships that we got. We also shot down 3 P-40s, and I think both Buffalo casualties were at Rangoon too. So it kind of evens out a little bit. It would have been a lot better if we were carrying torpedoes on both strikes. I don't know why our squadron just didn't bother to equip torpedoes in the morning, but I guess that's just the way it goes. China, we had 2 battles around Chuxin. We won the one for Chuxin itself, but we lost this battle, or unless we want to say the battle's still in progress and it's going the enemy's way. So they have more troops here than we were prepared to handle. So at this point, I'm just hoping we can concentrate our forces here and take them down. You can also see we've come into contact with forces over here. We routed a small unit here. At this space, we really just need to concentrate our forces a little bit more, move these guys up, and then hopefully make a move on Nanyang. We started to open up this. The enemy's holding out, so we got to keep pushing. Malaya. Big news opening up Alor Star. As I said during the replay, this rail line is now open for business, so we are going to be having whatever we can stream in, like the 21st Division here in Bangkok. They're going to be making their way down. We've got engineer units, artillery units, stuff that's kind of been sitting around waiting for this to open up. So they're going to start making their way down. And of course, the Imperial Guards Division, once they get to Taiping, I'll probably have them pack up and rail down. Still trying to open this rail line. We've got, our infantry moving down to get to them. We also have, I think, an infantry unit on the move here, yes, to try to open up this rail line, although, these guys are probably just going to keep retreating down the line, so might be waiting a while for that one. But it's not nearly as important as the Western Road, because the Western Road pretty much goes all the way from Bangkok to Singapore uninterrupted. So we had a great airstrike from Carrier Division 2, so it would have been these guys. I'm sure this task force isn't actually 3 heavy cruisers. If it had 3 heavy cruisers, when we bombed them, we would not have been shooting at AKLs and mine layers. There was a light cruiser here, the Mauritius. It's likely fatally damaged, so it's going to have to try to make it to probably to Singapore, maybe even Darwin, to try to get patched up. So that could give us an opportunity to finish it off if it doesn't go down on its own. My expectation, though, is that it's going to go down. 2 torpedoes is hard for a light cruiser to survive, and it had, I think, 3 bomb hits that got through the armor, too. So it's in bad shape. In the Philippines, we're advancing on this enemy unit that apparently vacated Iloilo. We've got units still moving in to try to help out for Cagayan. We've reached Lucena, so we could probably go ahead and attack there. And of course, we had our battle in Bambang. And these enemy troops are just... And of course there's Bambang, and of course these enemy troops are just holding out. Apparently they know the Bataan Death March is what awaits them if they surrender. And they're fatiguing us pretty badly, as we're, kind of sitting there in not the greatest base hex ever, in bad terrain and fighting a lot, so our troops are getting worn down. Had a pretty decent airstrike on Port Moresby. Still lots of bombers there. Hopefully we can get them soon. We're still waiting for additional ships to arrive at Truk to get our Port Moresby amphibious operation underway. Alright, that's going to do it for the recap. I'll go ahead and close this off and get started on the December 24th turn. We'll see for the setup then, and probably a resumption of the regular format. So, thank you for watching.